Hello YouTube, my name is Tyler, and a few days ago I ranked all the Gigantamax forms available right now in Pokemon Sword and Shield. So I figured, why not make a top 10 list of the top 10 Gigantamax Pokemon I want to see. So, that's what I'm doing. Let's get started. So starting off at number 10, actually I'm going to give a little bit of a disclaimer right here. The first three on this list are actually groups of Pokemon, because I didn't really feel like just picking one of each. So, there are groups. So starting off at number 10 is any of the available fossil Pokemon. Because Aerodactyl got a Mega Evolution, but none of the other fossil Pokemon got anything else. So I want to see at least one or two of them get a Gigantamax form. That way, just gives a little bit more incentive to use them for a playthrough. And the group for number 9 is all the available starter Pokemon in Sword and Shield. I'm not just talking about Grookey, Sobble, and Scorbunny. I'm talking, like, if they bring in... Oh, they already have Charizard. So, if they bring in Bulbasaur or Squirtle, which they should, because you shouldn't have just one of the starters. If they bring the Kalos starters, if they bring in the Johto starters, Hoenn starters, they should all have a Gigantamax form. But that's just my opinion. And it would also make it a little bit more interesting if they have any of them in there. I know they cut a lot of them. They probably cut a few of the starters out, so we'll see. And for number 8, this is the last bunch I'm doing together, is all the Galarian Pokemon, or all the Galarian forms of Pokemon. So, like Galarian Ponyta, Galarian... I was gonna say Zigzagoon, but he got an evolution. Weezing. So, there's probably gonna be a bunch more coming out, but with less than a month, we haven't really gotten much more information. But, however, the more Galarian forms we have, the more Gigantamax forms we should have. That's just my opinion. But that's what I want to see. And number 7 is this guy. Beware! I've been watching the Sun and Moon anime, and I've kind of just fallen in love with Beware. So, that's kind of my reason for wanting a Gigantamax form for him. Plus, I'm pretty sure they have Beware show up in every single trailer of Sword and Shield so far, so there's that. And for number 6, I have Milotic. Just because Gyarados had a Mega Evolution, and basically Milotic's just a pretty version of Gyarados. So, I think it's about time a little extra love for Milotic. Give it a Gigantamax form. And for number 5, I have Ludicolo. Just because it's actually one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 3. So, and I also seen it in a few of the trailers, so I know it's in the region, so we can catch it. So I want a Gigantamax form of it. And for number 4, I know a lot of the Gigantamax forms that were released were Gen 1's Pokemon. So this one might not be overly in favor, but I'd like to see Arcanine get a Gigantamax form. Because when I think of the first fire Pokemon in the first generation, yeah, I think Ponyta, Vulpix, and Arcanine, when discounting Charmander. And so far, Vulpix got a Alolan form, Ponyta got a Galarian form. Is Growlithe and Arcanine gonna get something? We'll see. And for number 3, I have Kommo-o. Very much, it's one of my favorite Pokemon in the Alola region, and I know it's back, so let's see some love. And number 2 on my list is probably one that everyone wants to see get a Gigantamax form, because I know everyone's been wanting it to get into Mega Evolution. The amount of fan art for it. Flygon! I mean, we just had Flygon Community Day in Pokemon Go, and after seeing Flygon, I'm actually kind of upset that I didn't use a Flygon in my Alpha Sapphire playthrough. So maybe if it gets a Gigantamax form, I might use it through this playthrough. And my number 1 pick for a Gigantamax form. Beware, how'd you fall? I don't remember you falling. Not Beware. Don't worry. Beware's not making a second appearance. Is Dragonite. I know, another Gen 1 Pokemon. Well, I'm a Gen 1er. I grew up with Pokemon when I was 10. But I feel like with Dragonite, seems like all the other pseudo-legendaries got a Mega Evolution, but not Dragonite. So, let's give Dragonite a Gigantamax form. But, we'll see. Anyways, so that's my list of the Gigantamax Pokemon I want to see in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Which Pokemon do you guys want to see get a Gigantamax form? Leave them in the comments below, and if you guys like the video, hit that like button and subscribe. Until next time. See ya.